Sometimes in history, there's this magic moment. Somebody appears on the scene and everything changes.
I am with you.
We've never seen anything like this.
I will fight for you.
This was a man who's met his destiny.
And I will win for you.
He said he was saved by God in order to make America great again.
His victory was the greatest comeback of all time.
We're watching history, so buckle up.
I don't think the American people have ever seen this before. A government that has moved this quickly and a president that has done so much when it comes to the border and energy and major investments from other countries. It's like warp speed.
47's on a hot streak, bringing head-snapping change to Washington, overwhelming the system with a volcanic eruption of action. Trump has a mandate from the people, and he's using it, and they're just getting started.
President Trump said on the campaign trail, success will be my retribution.
Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free.
We're going to have one shot at this, and no other president's going to do what I'm doing.
America's back. Common sense is back. He is keeping his promise to you, the American people.
Inflation is down. Growth is up.
The numbers don't lie. The economy is soaring.
Lowest gas prices in 4 years.
And record tariff revenue.
The USA is on a roll, culminating in the signing of the One Big Beautiful Bill on July 4th.
The Trump economic golden age is full steam ahead.
America is back, thanks to the courage of President Trump, thanks to the leadership of his amazing cabinet, and thanks, of course, to our brave men and women in the United States military.
This is a message to the rest of the world. The days of ripping off America and Americans are officially over.
Between the attacks on Iran's nuke site and the Maduro operation, the U.S. military recruitment at an all-time high.
This president will go down in history as a peacemaking president.
Peace through strength. America's in charge.
And he's just got one filter, and that is America first.
Whatever they're doing, it's working. Zero illegal crossing, drug cartels frustrated, less crime.
We have the most secure border in the history of this nation. If you think we're doing good now, you just wait till this coming year.
The president isn't taking his foot off the gas in 2026.
It's a new year. The stock markets are already making new record highs.
The Trump archive are a series of near impossible feats.
As for the next year, the American people have so much to look forward to. The president will continue to build off of his historic accomplishments.
2025 was setting the table, but the banquet's going to be in 2026.
This is the golden age coming.
He says, make America great again because every American is invited.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future because the golden age of America has only just begun.
Hey guys, what's going on? Give me a minute. Miss Panda decided as soon as I started this, she had to go out. So give me about 5 minutes. I'll get some audio up here for you. Man, here, before I do this, I want to show you guys something here. This is kind of what has me a little bit concerned. Let me put this. All of these planes around Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas, these are all rivet joints. They are flying, to me it looks like the whole fleet of ISR, intelligence, reconnaissance, and surveillance, into basically home base. So I don't know if, with it being a Friday, I doubt that it's possibly maintenance, software upgrade. I believe something really quick is about ready to pop off. That they are going to need all these ISRs up and running. And look, it's 9:15 on a Friday. And look at all this military aircraft. Granted, there's a war going on. But this is the main reason why I jumped on. Something is really unsettling about this, and I don't know where the hell my chat thing went to. Am I still cutting out? But I am going. It might be because I am. Let's see here. I want to go to my layout. For some reason, I lost all my chat. Mini feed. Well, she may have found something else to occupy herself. Let's see. Okay, I'm not cutting out. Okay. I'm trying to find out what happened to my... No, I haven't seen that many either. I mean, earlier I counted about 7 of them. And I could be wrong in this assumption, but I was told something kind of disturbing earlier, that Pahlavi had received intelligence from the Iranian government that Europe, NATO, was funneling money to the IRGC. Oh, that's going to be a problem. And I'm not quite sure what Trump's going to think about that. I'm sure it's not going to be very good. Where is my multi-chat, multi-stream? Well, I think my buddy kind of settled down, so yeah, I think she was getting tired, so I won't have to depart until she decides she's going to come in and bug me again. Let me see, let me get over to this computer screen. Did you guys see the Pentagon press briefing? Boy, Pete Hegseth talks pretty good at 8:30 in the morning for him to be a raging alcoholic. Oh, and I got another new shirt coming out. Give me 1 second. So the new shirt, it has a circle image of the Straits of Hormuz, and I'm going to put the text over at Trump's quote about where he calls them crazy bastards and praise be Allah. I'm turning that into a shirt. I think that's entertaining as hell. Let me see. Let me go to, it says gear icon. That's not it. Put. That's not it. Let me see here. Yeah, for some reason, some way, somehow, I lost my multi-chat. Let's see here. Yeah, this shit here has me not concerned. I'm just intrigued by it. What would cause them to bring all of these rivet joints to home base? And the only thing I can, logically think of is software upgrades. But, I mean, you would think that any, hold on. Let me shoot a text to Lunky here real quick. Let's see. Lunky. Alright, let's see what he says. Yeah, and then this is kind of funny. I got I got a damn bill from my niece today. Telling me how much I owe her. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, and I got a bunch of some more shirts and some of the UB stickers up on the merch website. That's one of them there, the turtle. That's a UV sticker. So you can put it on like glassware, windows, anything that where you would put a sticker. Well, yeah, the tornado thing. But they wouldn't move. They're moving them into one location. So that there doesn't make sense to me. Why? Here, let me make this bigger. Bigger, and let me move. Nothing is blocking it for right now. So let me go through here. Bring over this other PC. Turn that off. I got this room I'm in at about 54 degrees now. I'm starting to get a little cold. So let me get back over to the US. Get into Nebraska. Yeah, and there's a lot of people tracking a couple planes in Australia. So you got, let's see, you got Snoop 92. It's coming from Tucson, flying in. You got Top Cat 25. He's flying in. Okay, that's a refueler. You got Hoover. He's flying in from Tucson. You got a lot of shit down Sand Dog. My God. I want to see if they're... Okay, so Top Cat 25 landed. Okay, looks like Snoop 92. He's descending. Let's see, Harpo. E6B. Harpo. That's funny. Oprah in reverse. I mean, and you got an air refueler that was circling at it. I don't know. Maybe they were doing some type of maintenance check. Prior to them heading overseas. All right. Let me do this. Let me get the BBC up. I gotta call him. He sent me a text. Open a new window. All right. And I gotta figure out this, why I'm not seeing this multi-chat. All right, let me give him a call real quick.
Right now in the all-time run getters for T20, but and of course she possibly has more, but no, she's not the record chasing type, Jim.
He made her debut in 2013, so how do you rate her estimate, her longevity?
Well, she didn't start off as the most athletic. Please forgive me for saying that, she wasn't exactly diving around and slipping, sliding on the field, the kind of athleticism that earns you lots of injuries as well. She has a very languid, easy style. It's not that she's training herself a lot when she hits those big sixes as well. And let's not forget, she's only 29. So she's been playing for near 13 years, but probably has another 4 or 5 years ahead of her.
And Jim, she is somebody that's caused Australia a lot of problems over the years, and only the very best players do that, of course.
Well, yes, let's hope that from India's viewpoint and hers that this
can pay some tribute for Wolfhard, haven't we, in the way she absolutely dismantled India's bowlers in that third T20. So if the batting was a concern in the first couple of games, then the bowling a big concern in the third. And you just got to think that there is some concern for the form of India, if you think, coming into this World Cup.
Yeah, without question. I don't know what Jim thinks, because you just talked about India being particularly effective against Australia, but if they're away from, or is it just the fact that they don't play enough? I'm not so sure, because this series came after quite a while, and maybe it's just taking them time to sort of hit the ground. But yeah, Wolfhard, what an innings on loose as well, and to completely dismantle India and get 200 virtually, well ahead of time in a T20. That's just fantastic. I think Indians are underprepared, if like an excuse, but it's not going to get easy in England either, because it's still relatively early in the World Cup. The conditions are not to be anywhere near subcontinental conditions, and the T20 is due, as we all know, this is the shortest format of the game. Tends to reduce the distance, differential means. So in
Do you think, Jim, that the close eye on Africa as well, taking note of Jim?
Well, they would say the team that's keeping an eye. There's disruptions to the Australian side could be telling when we actually get there. We're at the moment whether it's going to be playing captain. So yeah, there's a little a bit of disarray there at the moment leading into it, but I would have thought South Africa and Australia, the crack teams going into it on the evidence of this series between India and South Africa especially.
Well, let's wait to see also how England shape up. Of course, the home side, they will want to be there at the semis and the final, and they haven't started really their international season yet. They've got games against New Zealand and then India just before the World Cup starts. So a lot of cricket still to be played before the World Cup itself gets underway. I'm Alison Mitchell, and you're listening to Stumped on the BBC World Service. If you've missed anything from Stumped, you can download and subscribe to the podcast via your usual podcast provider, and you can watch us on YouTube via the BBC World Service YouTube channel. Show. Jim, you told us that Cam Green looked like he was feeling the pressure of being the most expensive overseas player in history after struggling for form in the first 5 games of the season.
He's a bit of the muddle-headed wombat at the moment in terms of how he's going to get out of this, and that will be a concern to him because he's got a lot to play for in the short term and in the longer term, and who knows where his cricket's going to be if he doesn't all of a sudden find some form fairly soon.
From the BBC World Service, this is Stumped on ABC and Akashvani.
Next on Stumped, players from across Europe got the chance to play at the home of cricket as MCC hosted a combined ICC Europe 11 as part of its Women's Day celebrations at Lord's. Now, the T20 match featured some of the best players from Europe's associate nations, highlighting a growing strength and diversity in European cricket. Well, joining us is the ICC Europe Development Officer, Esther de Lange, and Scotland all-rounder Naima Sheikh, who played in that Europe 11. Great to see you both. Thanks for coming on. Esther, I should point out that you're also a former Netherlands player yourself. So let's start with you. Tell us about the match. What was the aim of the fixture?
A phenomenal opportunity for us to showcase the talent that exists in European women's cricket, and to provide an opportunity to these players to play against high-level opposition at an iconic venue in a cricket stadium that none of them had ever played in before. Some of them had never even visited before. But basically that access to high-quality opposition, high-quality facilities, high-quality coaching with an all-female coaching team around them as well was an opportunity not to be missed for these European players.
Naima, Europe won the match, but what was that overall experience like, both playing at Lord's and with such a diverse group? I mean, just looking at some of the countries represented, Austria, Germany, Spain, Turkey, Cyprus, Norway.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience, and we hadn't been there, so the understanding was really there, from the start, which was really good. And obviously to win the game as well was brilliant. And playing at Lord's is a surreal moment for all of us. For many of us, it was our first time, so I think it's a cricketer's dream to play at Lord's, and to win as well was amazing.
Hello from Sydney, Jim Maxwell here. Esther and Naima, nice to be talking to you. And Naima, you started playing cricket as a 12-year-old, but you'd reckon there weren't many girls actually playing in Scotland. Has that changed?
Yeah, definitely. And cricket's grown so much in Scotland in the past few years. I think there's been so much development in the pathway as well. And you see so many girls actually coming into the pathway and playing. I think when Scotland qualified for the World Cup, it definitely really got so many girls into the sport, which is amazing.
And what role has your family played in this development?
For me personally, I started playing cricket watching my mum smash big sixes in this tournament, and to see a female do that was amazing. So I honestly started cricket because of my mum, and they've literally taken me to all my matches, to all my trainings, and even they came to Lord's as well, which was amazing, great support. So they're always there for me and always backing me, so it's amazing.
Now you're studying accountancy, so how do you juggle your time? Are you a professional cricketer?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, and exams coming up around the corner as well. So I think organising is key, trying to fit trainings in, and then of course study as well. So it's definitely difficult, but I feel like you kind of need to do it as well. Just push yourself.
Naima, hi, this is Sharma from Bangalore, India. Congratulations on the win. Now, Jim mentioned you started at a very young age. You played for Scotland at the youth level, at the United level. Was there a chasm that you had to cross when you started playing for the seniors? Was it just much tougher in terms of competition and ability?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously had played the Under-19 World Cup. That was a surreal moment for me as well. And then after that, making my debut for Scotland, definitely there was a jump. But for me, it was just like trying to work on my own self, keep improving, and really trying to showcase my skills on the international level was the way for me to coaches were really supportive as always, and I just worked really hard for it, to be honest. And for me, it's just trying to be the best cricketer that I can be.
Well, that's always lovely to hear. Esther, let's bring you in. How do you assess the cricket overall among the associate nations in Europe? Because Alison mentioned many nations. Is there any kind of parity at all, or some are well behind?
Well, the game is growing across the region. I think it's clear to see from the numbers we're seeing in terms of participation growth, as well as the number of countries who are now competing internationally. They're obviously not at the same stage of development. Some are a lot more advanced, and you've got countries with long histories in the game, like the Netherlands and Scotland, who are a lot more established and have got those performance structures and development structures kind of well embedded within the country. And then you've got other countries that are very much emerging and that are trying to build those structures from scratch and trying to build visibility of the game and get more people interested in cricket in their country. So they're not all at the same stage across the region, but the game is growing across, from Scotland to Greece to Bulgaria to Serbia to Norway and Finland. So all corners of Europe, the game is growing.
Which is good to hear, but especially for the emerging nations, there must be any number of challenges for development. Would you put, say, a top 3 in terms of what really needs to be done, the challenges?
Yeah, the biggest one is visibility of the game. So having an understanding that the game exists for people in a large parts of Europe. That awareness is growing very slowly, but that's probably the biggest barrier. Then there's limited numbers of facilities, and access to facilities is an issue across the region. And then I guess the third one is most of our members are relatively small, kind of volunteer-run organizations. So there's always limited amounts of money available, limited amounts of time for people to do things that need to be done. But there's so much passion that is put into the game by those administrators and the volunteers on the ground who are making cricket happen. They're just working with very limited resources generally.
And on the visibility piece, interested in what you feel about the European T20 Premier League that has been announced. It's a men's competition only, but what role do you think that could have overall in cricket in Europe?
No, it's a really interesting initiative, and I know it's something that's been in the works for a long time, and it seems like this has been built with the right intentions to really try and grow the game. And I've had some contact with one of the team owners who was talking about, we don't just want to run an event, we want to build a legacy in the cities where their franchises, and I think that's a really positive sign that it's not just about we want to do a one-off spectacular thing. It seems like this is very much how do we grow the game and how do we use an event like this to get more fans involved, get more participants involved.
Naima, should we give you the last word? What with the T20 World Cup word? Less than 2 months away now. Scotland's aspirations, and of course they're in a group with England as well.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it, the trainings and everything, just kind of like more the tactical side of it as well for now. But yeah, really looking forward to playing in England against England and many other amazing countries, and playing the last World Cup as well, Scotland. So we did great there as well, and excited to play this one as well.
Yeah, well, let's hope it proves to be a huge inspiration piece across Europe as well, not just in England and Wales, of course, where it's being staged. Esther and Naima, thank you so much for being with us on Stump. That is ICC Europe Development Officer Esther de Lange and Scotland all-rounder Naima Sheikh. Finally, on Stump, it's only been a few weeks, but the new rules that allow replacement players in the English Men's County Championship could be changed after the first block of fixtures next month. Now, the ECB, like other ICC full members, are trialling substitutes in first-class cricket after some high-profile injuries in tests last year. Now, in the county championship, replacements are being allowed for injury, illness and significant life events. But coaches and fans have been questioning it after the rule was invoked 8 times in the first 18 matches of the season, far more than the ECB anticipated. Now, Jim, injury substitutes have been trialled in the Sheffield Shield as well in Australia. How did it work out there?
I think it went fairly well. There's always going to be a sense of injustice about how some of these things proceed. And the importance of it was to have a restriction on 2 days. They made it 3 for the players along the game. And I'm sure we're going to see this as already seen in recent years with the replacement rule for concussion to be extended to other injuries. One of the we talk about justice and injustice.
All right, guys, give me a minute here. I'm gonna. This is bugging the shit out of me. I'm going to end this one. I'll be back in a minute. I got to see what's up with this multi-chat. Finish